Category 5 Hurricane Irma has become one of the strongest storms recorded in the Atlantic and is threatening to slam into the Caribbean with potentially catastrophic force on Wednesday. Irma was churning west Tuesday evening in the Atlantic with maximum sustained winds of 185 miles per hour, well above the 157 miles per hour threshold for a Category 5 and about 85 miles east of Antigua and Barbuda. Irma's forecaster currently has it near or over Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis and Anguilla by early Wednesday, and the BVI and US Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico on Wednesday afternoon. Hurricane Irma continues to strengthen as it bears down on the Leeward Islands. It became the strongest hurricane in the Atlantic basin outside of the Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico on record on Tuesday morning. The center of Irma is currently located on the 150 miles east of the Leeward Islands and is moving westwards at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Based on wind speed, Irma is the strongest Atlantic hurricane since Hurricane Wilma in 2005, which also had maximum sustained winds of 185 miles per hour. Additionally, Irma is just the 5th Atlantic hurricane to have maintained sustained winds of 185 miles per hour or greater. Hurricane Allen occupies the top spot with 190 miles per hour winds in 1980. Hurricane warnings have been issued for the northern Leeward Islands, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and for the northern coast of the Dominican Republic. Islands such as Antigua, Barbuda, Anguilla, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Martin, St. Bartholomew, and Guadeloupe. Additionally, a tropical storm warning is in effect for Dominica and for the southern coast of the Dominican Republic. A hurricane watch is also now in effect for the northern coast of Haiti, the Turks and Caicos Islands, southeastern Bahamas, and parts of Cuba. So at this point in time, Hurricane Irma is one of the strongest and most intense hurricanes to have been recorded in modern history. But this is not surprising to me, because when Irma first developed and became a hurricane so quickly, so far out in the Atlantic, I said to myself, I've never seen a hurricane become so strong, so far out, and the amount of distance that it had to travel with the amount of heat that would have been in the Atlantic basin and the Caribbean Sea would have been more than favorable for intensification. So I am not surprised. The only sad thing is that our Caribbean brothers at this point in time are trying to ride out the storm. I hope many of the islands in the northern Leeward area, St. Kitts, St. Bart's, many of those islands, Antigua and Barbuda, Anguilla, are now experiencing hurricane condition, and this is not a Category 2 or Category 3, or it is a Category 5 hurricane. That is the highest level on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale. So even on the satellite imagery, you can see how distinct the center of circulation is and how wide the diameter of the storm is. The eye of Irma is approximately 23 miles wide. So that will swallow quite a few of these small islands in the northern Leeward Islands. That is how massive the system is, and it is packing winds of 185 miles per hour, and I'm sure there are stronger gusts. One of my greatest wishes is that the passage of Hurricane Irma across the Leeward Islands and the Northern Caribbean will not have any casualty and will not take any lives, but based on where the system is affecting now, based on the diameter of the system, based on the strength of the system, based on the amount of precipitation involved in the system and the strength of the wind speed, it is very unlikely that my wish will become a reality. And then now, as the system moves further to the north or to the west, you realize it will remain over water for a couple of days, you understand, and the prediction is that it will even become a stronger system. That is frightening, see, and we will continue to monitor most of the islands in the northern Caribbean, from Puerto Rico to Hispaniola to the Bahamas to Cuba, and even the likelihood is that Jamaica will be affected at some point in time. However, it may not be a direct threat to Jamaica, but we'll continue to monitor that. And when you look on the Caribbean basin, the amount of moisture that is in the region that will be pulled into the system is also frightening, and the temperatures that the Caribbean see at this point in time is even more favorable for continued intensification and sustainability. So this is not going to be a easy few days. This will be a bumpy ride, and the damage, especially in the Leeward Islands and Northern Caribbean, will be catastrophic. We continue to pray for our Caribbean brothers, and we continue to hope that the damage will be as minimal as is possible, and lives will not be lost. But if lives are lost, we hope that it will be only a few lives. This is a massive hurricane. This is one of the strongest hurricanes in recorded history, and it is forecast to even get stronger. Our prayers are with our Caribbean brothers at this point in time. I'll keep you updated as soon as I can. Thank you for watching the video. Drop a like and a comment down below, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so as yet. Until next time, walk good.